What's up guys, SkiMask Duets, and today we're going to talk about my 1 year transformation, which is kind of like what gave me a following in the first place. My 1 year transformation, 2021 to 2022, where I lost a little over 40 pounds, gained some muscle, gained some strength, as I like to say, zero to hero. And that's how I got my physique that I currently have, built my foundation for the most part. Yeah, I figured I'd make a video on it because even though I have my ultimate guide to fat loss, which is in-depth on fat loss, link in the description if you want to buy that. And I also have my free simplified training and nutrition also in the description, which is literally my routine that I followed. I figured it's still not as specific. A video always helps more. Why not make a video about it? So I'm going to break down from day one to the end of the year, everything I did, what my calories and macros were, how my training was, how I adjusted for plateaus. I'm going to tell you guys pretty much everything about my past experiences with lifting, all of the above, and hopefully this video helps you. So without further ado, please subscribe. That is all. Let's begin. All right, so we're looking at the my TikTok. Here we go. Let's go to day one. Some of you guys have commented, oh, you look like you lifted before this. You look like he was just bulking, etc., etc. Yes, you're correct. So I have had past experience with lifting in my life. Okay, I wrestled in high school. We did whatever kind of circuit workouts, and throughout, some of my life, I was always a gym bro. I had knee surgery, so it screwed up my legs. I could never make leg gains. I have a herniated disc in my lower back from deadlifting like an idiot. My legs have always been lacking extremely. All I could really do, I used to go in there and bench and curl. I was literally a freaking curl monkey, a gym bro, typical douchebag that they make memes on. That's what I was. And so I had like a decent foundation of muscle, but it was nothing to like bat an eye over. It was not an impressive physique. I had just been in there just messing around, talking for 10 minutes in between sets with my friends, doing a few sets here, see who benches more, go home. Day one, I was a little over 200 pounds, way over 20% body fat. So I decided to start my calories at 2,800, okay? Instead of the typical push-pull leg split, I had been reading that, you lose strength in a deficit, and apparently as a natty, you can make more gains by training less often, but more intensely. Lower frequency, higher intensity. So I did that. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 full body workouts. The link is in the description under full body training split. It's free to download if you want the routine. So that's day one. We started at 2,800. Now I ran this until day 60. I was tracking my weight every single morning on an empty stomach. That's how you should do it. Before eating, drinking, after using the bathroom, in your underwear, that's your true weight. I noticed around day 60 is when I plateaued. For a little over a week, my weight stayed the same. I was probably in the low 180s or 190 around this point. Yeah, obviously you're not going to get shredded on 2,800 calories. So what did I do? I dropped it to 2,600 calories, kept the same workout split, and the weight started moving again all the way until, let's check it out, day 81 right here. Day 81. I got sick. For some reason, I got like a cold. I don't know the fudge I had, but pretty much I would just like to sleep and try to recover illness as fast as possible when I'm sick. And it's kind of not courteous of you to go to the gym and get other people sick as well. So I stayed home, didn't really follow my diet. Day 82, we came back. You can see the time span, September 26th till October 11th. I got sick. I finally recovered, but this was like a blow to my momentum. When you start dieting, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna crush it, blah, blah, blah. And you don't expect anything to go wrong. Something goes wrong. And then most people just quit. But I was like, no, I'm starting to gain followers, views. Thank God that I have you guys. I love all you guys because you guys really helped me stay accountable during this. And the goal was never to build a following anyways. It was literally just to put myself out there. So if I'm not making progress, I would be embarrassed and I would force myself to move forward. It's good to have the public eye on you. It'll force you to push past your limits, Captain Yami. So day 82, I came back. I was like, all right, let's just go to 2,500 calories. Same workout split, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Just walking, as much as possible during the day. I don't remember my step count. I'm sure it wasn't even close to 10,000 at this point. 2,500 calories, 3 lifting days. Now, it's funny how life works because day 82, I came back hard. Day 83, 1 day later, something really bad happened to me, and I've kept this a secret on my channel for a long time. I don't want to be one of those douchebags that goes around bragging about it because there's nothing to brag. But without going into too much detail, what happened on day 83, I literally got arrested. And I went to freaking jail. Yes, not a holding cell, guys. Like, I got booked. I don't want to say too much about it, but I'm just trying to be transparent. That's, I don't really talk about this, but that's why I wanted to include that, because this was another fat setback. Bro, I literally got handcuffed. I got put in the back of a police car. I saw my life flash before my eyes. I was facing 2 felonies with a maximum sentence of 9 years. To cut to the chase, I hired a Jewish lawyer. This is why I love Jewish people. Thank God he saved my life. My record is clean as a whistle now. Don't ask me how. I don't want to know the details. People can pull strings. Life is good. Thank you, God. Amen. This is a great life now. So pretty much huge blow to my ego, huge reality check. Don't go to jail. Maybe one day I'll go in detail on that story on a podcast somewhere, but nah, don't do that. It set me back. It was really hard. I was trying to freaking still count my calories in the jail cell, but the they bring you, like, I was stocking up all the bags of cookies and chips they gave me in case I needed to trade it with any other races. I was literally just eating the little slop and the chicken, like whatever the freaking chicken patty was, and an apple and a boiled egg. It was some garbage food that they serve you in there. They try to weaken you and doing handstand push-ups against the door. But yeah, that's what happened. Day 83, I got arrested. 72 hours, I finally came out. I wanted to make sure nobody noticed and just thought maybe I got lazy for 3 days. So I just came back strong. Day 84, you can see the 12th to the 16th. Yeah, I just got my together and I was like, all right, we're gonna make this transformation happen. Even though I was feeling really sad at this point, I was like, everyone's gonna think I'm a quitter. They think I just fell off, blah, blah, blah. I wanna talk also about how I would miss some days on uploading, but that's only because, you know, I'll just forget to upload the draft. When I was duetting, if you wanna start duets, this is for you. I wake up, after I use the bathroom, before I eat or drink, that's when you look your leanest. That's when I would take my duet. I would save it until noon, post it at noon. I missed some days there because some days I just would forget to post, so there's a gap day in between posting, whatever. Because of this arrest, it lit a fire, and I was like, that's it. I need to be consistent, and I'm not trying to play around anymore, you know? This is what's gonna happen when you decide and you put it out there to the universe. I wanna do this. This is the goal I'm after. Life goes, all right, but we're gonna send you some waves. You better learn how to surf, buddy, otherwise you're gonna drown. This was one of those massive waves, so I was fired up. I was like, you know what, day 84, we're going strong, keep going. And I went strong up until day 149, right? 2,500 calories, losing maybe 1 to 2 pounds a week max. You can see day 120, I'm getting a little bit leaner. I could pinch my stomach fat, I could feel it going away. I was getting stronger in the gym, and you could see I was starting to get the hang of things here. I was on track to get shredded by March. Fun fact, in March, they were gonna have something called summer shredding. I wanted to compete in it as ski. I wanted to go on stage and do a men's physique show with the SkiMask, and since I was buying the tickets and stuff as ski, they refunded me twice. I don't know if it was an identity thing, they thought I was trolling, and I sent them the link to my TikTok, whatever. I'm not gonna hold it to them. I really wanted to compete as ski, that would have been tight, but obviously they wanted my real name and I couldn't do that. So what happened after 149, I got a certain illness that around this time it was a pandemic. You get the word that I'm talking about. I'm not about to say it and get freaking demonetized, but 1 month, my entire household on day 149, I was doing so good. Like, sent me another tsunami to come crashing down. But they didn't know that I was Big Z from freaking Surf's Up and that I was gonna surf that backwards. So I took 1 month, January 5th to February 1st. This is my day 150. Pretty embarrassing. My whole family got this illness and we were all quarantined in our rooms trying to be as safe as possible. Thank God. Very grateful that everyone, was fine and we just had like minor to medium symptoms. But this is gonna happen when you're trying to diet, especially when you're in a deficit. Your immune system's a little bit compromised. You can expect to get not just weaker in the gym, but a little bit lower energy. Maybe you'll get sick more often. This is like my second time getting sick. But yeah, I was really insecure about this physique here, even though it was a major stride forward from day one. Sometimes you gotta remember where you started. But yeah, look at this freaking dad bod, whatever. I don't even know what to call it. I got my together again and I decided, you know what, let's just go balls to the wall. I'm gonna go on 1,800 calories to make up for lost time. I don't recommend you do that. That's not like the best idea. That'll lead to you starving and then binging and gaining the weight back. I did it for a month up until day 180. Check it out, day 180 of being on 1,800 calories. This is when I was fully implementing the simplified training and nutrition that I have in the description. Day 180 is when I dropped the routine. I dropped the freaking routine for free because I wanted everyone to have access to what I was doing. 1,800 calories, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, full body routines. So many people downloaded it, and just from that free routine alone, using their willpower and discipline and my advice, they were able to transform their physiques. Hundreds of people, I still get DMs. If you haven't checked out the routine, check it out. It's a good place to start. I was eating 1,800 calories, but on the 7th day, I was implementing a refeed, 2,400. Here's a mistake people make is I kept protein and fats consistent for all my calories. 2,800, 1,800, didn't matter. I kept my protein at 1 gram per pound of body weight and my fats never below 50. All I manipulated was carbs. Carbs, when I would drop my calories, I dropped them straight from carbs. Why do you want to do this? Let me tell you. Keep your protein high because protein is the highest thermogenic macronutrient. Out of protein, carbs, and fats, protein requires the most energy for your body to break down. Fats is the opposite end. Fat is the easiest for your body to actually store as fat. That's why a lot of people like to keep their fats low enough to where their hormones are still stabilized and they're not experiencing any like hormonal dysfunction or erectile dysfunction or low energy, low libido, their thyroid's jacked up, but just enough to keep them running, just the bare minimum. But the thing about carbs is carbs fill the freaking muscles with glycogen and they actually affect your performance in the gym. And so when you manipulate them, pretty much if you have a refeed day of just carbs, you have a sick workout the next day, you have hella veins. If you drop your carbs really low for 3 days, you feel depleted and tired and flat because there's no glycogen in the muscles. And this is how carb cycling works. So pretty much if you ever want to lower your calories, keep protein and fat the same, only manipulate carbs. That was a side tangent. Let's get back into it. 1,800 calories. I ran this until day day 210. Check it out. We start getting leaner. Like, you know, I started seeing the V line here. It was really sick. Things were going well. 204. And then day 210. I don't know how many months this is, but pretty much at this point I was working on my ebook. I spent 2 months writing it. I'm very proud of it. Check it out, link in the description if you haven't seen it yet. But yes, so pretty much 210. Since I had plateaued for another week, I was getting really impatient and I was really trying to get shredded for the 1 year mark because I was planning, you know, some big things for the 1 year. At this point, I decided, screw the 1800 calories. I feel like my body was getting too used to it, which by the way is cap. If it's a deficit, you know, you'll be fine. I was just very impatient. So I decided to do my own version of carb cycling. 3 low days, a high day, 2 low days, and a high day. You know, my low day calories were 1600. I was having 400 calorie meals a day. It was so miserable those 3 days. Oh my God. That's why I didn't last so long doing this. The high days were 2400. I was looking forward to those. But even now, I would starve on 2400 calories. That's what I'm cutting on currently. Those are my low days and I hate it. So I'd go 1600 calories for 3 days, then 2400 on the 4th day, 1600 for 2 more days, then 2400. And I was just only manipulating the carbs. So that 16 to 2400 gap came from reducing my carbs. My protein was around 170 a day and my fats were around 50 a day. All I changed was the carbohydrates, guys. Learn this stuff. It'll help you. Trust me. Do not recommend doing this because, you know, it's super miserable. 420, which was day 223. I released my freaking ebook, the proudest moment ever, because I really put my heart and soul to that shit, guys. Like, I still believe in it. It's been over a year since I dropped it and I still promote it because, you know, the information hasn't changed. That's still the key to getting shredded is in that ebook. But yeah, day 223, we're starting to get lean here. If you notice something, if you're a fan of mine, you notice I always use the same after picture for my transformations, which is day 235. I kept running that carb cycling until we got to 235. This is my leanest day of the whole transformation, May 2nd, 2022. 235, bro. This, I was so proud of this. I think I was right around 10.5, maybe 11% body fat. I was definitely feeling it. I was low energy here. I looked my best. I felt my worst. I was weak in the gym. I could barely press 60s on incline, but man, I felt so shredded here. And I think I was in the high 160s, under 165. I don't remember, around 165, but yeah, like 205 to 165. This is my leanest point. That was the 40 pounds of weight loss. And that's when I broke. I binged for 5 days from 235 to 236, 37, 38, up till 240. Look what my dumb tried to say. Went on maintenance the last few days, gained like 7 pounds. No, bro. I was binging. I was coping. I was just trying to finish out the challenge. This is why it's important to not be in too huge of a deficit, especially when trying to get very lean, guys. My advice is literally do as small of a deficit as possible so you can coax the body fat off your body and be in as little distress as possible, unless you really have a time constraint for a show or whatever. And it's funny because even though I binged, I feel like I got leaner. Look at 240. I'm just way more filled out. This is one of my best physiques. It was really sick. Look at the side pose. Bang! With the freaking side tricep and the V line, everything was showing. I felt really good at this point. After binging, what did I do? I decided to just increase my calories back up to like 25 to 2800 a day just to help with hunger and just start filling out. And then I slowly increased them up to like 3000 a day by day 293. We kept going. You could see I'm gaining a little bit of body fat, but bro, my workout strength came back. I started feeling way better in the gym. I started having more energy during the day. And then finally we closed out the year on day 293, right? You can tell I was not anywhere as lean as 235, but my triceps like doubled in size. My freaking arms were bigger. You know, I still had some V-line action. It's fine. And yeah, the reason it wasn't 365 is because of the setbacks. You know, I freaking went to jail. We got ill, you know, a bunch of stuff happened. That is the 1 year transformation. Yeah, that's I think right around here I was in the 170s. So I dropped 40 pounds and then I gained like 10, probably around 175, and I maintained from there. And I slowly lean bulked my way back up to 200, but I was a way leaner 200 recently. Now I've been cutting again. I'm back to 179. Hopefully to bring my most shredded physique by the end of this year. We'll see how it goes. But overall, I started my calories at 2800, wrote it out as far as I could till I plateaued. Got as low as 1600, my daily calories. I created a great foundation so I can get bigger. Consecutive cuts would be even leaner and I would look even more sick in the future. So, you know, pretty much guys, this is the life of a natty. Take it slow. You know, if you think about it, if you weigh 200 and you want to lose 40 pounds, that's 20% of your body weight. You're a completely different freaking person. That shouldn't be done in 3 months. It's not going to be sustainable. And even if you do, people are going to think you have cancer, for God's sake, bro. So don't make your family worried about you. Take it slow, and that's how you go. Sorry, I just wanted to rhyme there. Honestly, that made no sense. But take it slow. Trust me, it took me like almost a year to drop 40 pounds. Don't rush it. You want to be able to stay lean. Would you want to like speed run to getting $1 million and then blow it all and then have to like build it up again? No, you got to maintain your wealth. You got to maintain your leanness. Same concept. So do it as slow as possible. Only adjust your calories when your weight has stayed the same for 14 days. 2 weeks straight. Okay, 2 weeks straight. That was my 1 year transformation. I hope that cleared up any questions you guys have. If you still have questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram because I try to get back to those as much as I can. Leave a comment if you enjoyed this. Leave a comment about your own transformation. If you did have a transformation, DM me the pictures on Instagram. I'm always posting them on my story because I love when my fans, honestly, we're not even fans, we're homies. We're not my friends on IG. They DM me, hey Ski, this is my progress, man, you inspired me, blah, blah, blah. I put it on my story because you guys are dope too. Some of you have made crazy transformations. If you don't believe me, go watch my TikTok. I'll link it in the description that I made for my 1 year anniversary and the YouTube video. I think it was my 10K sub. Thank you for 10K subs video. I'll link that in the description as well. If you want to see how many people started their own journeys after, which was so tight, started duetting as well, started getting lean, getting in shape, blah, blah, blah. It was a chain reaction. It was so sick. Looking at myself shirtless in the mirror is really sick to see the progress I've made. But when you guys DM me after like 6 months and you're like, hey Ski, remember last time we talked? This is me now, bro. Look at, I'm more jacked than you. I'm like, holy shit. Take my account, take my followers, bro. Like that's honestly really sick. It hypes me up. Sometimes when I'm feeling down, I just open up the DMs and you guys cheer me up, bro. So point is, doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as you never stop moving. Drop the mic. Woo! So with that being said, this is SkiMask Duets signing out. Let's create the best version of ourselves to give to the world. Okay. Peace.